Hello everyone, my name is Oros and I'm your teacher. Today we will learn about the simple future tense.
We use the simple future tense to talk about an action or condition that will begin and end in the future. Later on, we will list all the situations when we use simple future tense. For now, let's see how to form it. The formula for the simple future is subject plus will or shall plus root form of verb. Or in other words, subject plus will or shall plus the infinitive without to. Examples: I will learn a new language. You will learn a new language. He, she, it will learn a new language. We will learn a new language. You will learn a new language. They will learn a new language. As we can see, it doesn't matter if the subject is singular or plural. The formula for the simple future doesn't change. Let's see now how we use the modal verb shall in examples. I shall help. We shall help. As we see, will is usually preferred to shall. Shall is mainly used with the formative or interrogative forms of I and we. With other persons, you, he, she, they, shall is only used in literary or poetic situations. For example, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes, she shall have music wherever she goes. Let's now see the negative form of the simple future. To make the simple future negative, the formula is subject plus will plus not plus root form of verb, or in other words, subject plus will plus not plus the infinitive without to. Examples: I will not learn a new language. You will not learn a new language. He, she, or it will not learn a new language. We will not learn a new language. You will not learn a new language. And in the end, they will not learn a new language. What about the interrogative form? To ask a question in the future simple, the formula is will or shall plus subject plus root form of verbs, or as we see up until now, in other words, will or shall plus subject plus the infinitive without to. In the examples, it looks like this. Shall I learn a new language? Will you learn a new language? Will he, she, or it learn a new language? Shall we learn a new language? Will you learn a new language? Will they learn a new language? As we said before, shall is dated, but it is still commonly used instead of will with the affirmative or interrogative forms of I and we. A contraction is a word or phrase that has been shortened by dropping one or more letters. In writing, an apostrophe takes the place of the missing letters. Contractions are commonly used in speech or written dialogue, in formal forms of writing, and where space is at premium, such as in advertising. Let's see examples for future tense. I will becomes I'll. As we see, between I and the double L, there's an apostrophe in written form. Then you will becomes you'll. He will becomes he'll. She will is she'll. We will. You will, you'll. They will, they'll. However, there is a note. We should remember that the form it will is not normally shortened. We can shorten also the negative form, and it looks like this. Will not becomes won't. Let's now see the functions of the simple future tense. The simple future is used to talk about an action or condition that will begin and end in the future. For example, she will read that book. It means that she will read it in the future, start and finish the action in the future. To predict a future event. It will rain tomorrow. To express a spontaneous decision. I'll pay for the tickets by credit card, which means I did not plan to pay by credit card. I decided that just now. To express willingness. I'll do the washing up. Or he'll carry your bag for you. In the negative form, we can use simple future tense to express unwillingness. The baby won't eat his soup. I won't leave until I've seen the manager. In the interrogative form, using shall to make an offer. Shall I open the window? Also in the interrogative form, using shall to make a suggestion. Shall we go to the cinema tonight? Another one in the interrogative form is using shall to ask for advice or instruction. What shall I tell the boss about this money? To give orders. You will do exactly as I say. Using the interrogative form to give an invitation. Will you come to dance with me? Will you marry me? Let's now see how to form the interrogative negative form. To ask a question in the negative form, the formula is will or shall plus subject plus not plus root form of verb, or as we had it before too. In other words, will or shall plus subject plus not plus the infinitive without to. Examples. Shall I not learn a new language? Will you not learn a new language? Will he, she, it not learn a new language? Shall we not learn a new language? Will you not learn a new language? Will they not learn a new language? In simple future tense, interrogative negative sentences are just like interrogative affirmative sentences, with only use of not after subject. There is another way to express future simple tense, and it is by using going to. The future tense with going to is also a simple future, expresses a logical prediction for the future or an intention or plan which has already been decided. This tense is constructed with the helping word be plus going to plus infinitive. Use the future with going to for previously planned or prepared future actions. He is going to meet a friend in town. If you remember, a couple of slides ago we were talking about spontaneous decisions. The difference when we use the simple future with going to is that we are talking about an action that we previously planned. We are planning to meet someone. So we will say, he is going to meet a friend in town. Or another way to use the future with going to is a logical conclusion regarding the future. For example, the sky is cloudy, it is going to rain. Let's now take a look to the table below that provides an overview of positive, negative, and interrogative forms for the simple future with going to. Let's start with a positive. So, I am going to speak. You are going to speak. He, she, it is going to speak. We are going to speak. You are going to speak. They are going to speak. For the negative form, the formula is to be plus not plus going to plus the verb. So it sounds like this. I am not going to speak. You are not going to speak. He, she, it is not going to speak. We are not going to speak. You are not going to speak. They are not going to speak. For the question, it is a little bit different. First, we have the helping verb to be, then the subject, then going to, and then the verb. Am I going to speak? Are you going to speak? Is he, she, or it going to speak? Are we going to speak? Are you going to speak? Are they going to speak?
Thank you for your attention. Now you know how to properly use simple future tense. Again, my name is Angela Oros and hope to see you soon.